What's up, guys? Momojiris here, and it's time for ban list discussion. Now, I've been looking around the internet, and I got some hot takes for you guys. From you guys, actually. And I went around looking at what everyone wants banned, what everyone wants coming back, and I'm going to talk about it. And you guys are going to tell me how you feel about everyone's ban list. Now, it's actually really funny. The ban list is very long this time around, and we're gonna get into it and see how you guys feel about this list. All right, so first we're gonna go into the bans. Now, people want to follow the OCG, and first they want to get Mystic Mine banned. Now, everyone hates Mystic Mine because it slows down the game state, but then those are the same people who play combo decks and have infinite negate boards, and it's like, come at me, bro. And it's like, how can I unless I stop everything you're doing? So yes. Then we have Crystron Halky Fabrax, or Needle Fiber for all you OCG lovers. A lot of people want this card banned because it's too generic, but no one actually plays this card unless they're like really bad combo decks, like Infernoble Knights. And I mean, Infernoble Knights can get wins here and there, but they kind of, lose steam because there's so many like bricks, garnets. So how isn't like a big thing right now? The next card I got actually very surprised at was Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Now, people say that Ash Blossom is too generic. It stops a lot of cards and it ruins deck building because everyone wants to put it in their deck. And I mean, I guess, but hand traps are necessary to stop your opponent from doing too much. And I mean, it does stop old decks in their tracks. Like if you try to play Dino Rabbit, you summon Dino Rabbit, get rid of it, and then they Ash Blossom you, and then you're just like, well, pass. So it stops a lot of old decks from coming back. Then we have Red Eyes Fusion. Now, Red Eyes Fusion is an enabler for Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, but there are also many Red Eyes Fusion cards that in a Red Eyes deck they need to use this card with. So I don't really understand why we would ban it. But because people think that they're not gonna stop Verte and they're not gonna stop Dragoon, might as well hit Red Eyes Fusion. And I mean, I get that. I get that a lot. But so I get why having Red Eyes Fusion is like on everyone's radar, but I don't get it. Next we have Hieratic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. Now, Spheres. So everyone wants this card banned just to kill Dragon Link once and for all, because this is one of their main end board cards. Hieratic Seal and Dragon Maid Tidy, Borreload, Savage Dragon. All those cards are part of the end board, so get rid of their end board cards and the deck is less powerful and no one will play the deck. Because if they summon it, you Nibiru them, they could keep going after that. So getting rid of Hieratic Seal takes out that low choke point for them. Then we have Winda. Winda, Shaddoll Winda, everyone wants to get rid of because the fact that you can only summon one, special summon one monster after it is summoned, sucks and very oppressive. But there are cards to get rid of. Winda, cards to stop it. Infinite Permanence, Effect Veiler, Dragoon itself. Like, you only need to summon one monster with Dragoon. So, Winda is a card that a lot of people hate, but I don't understand why. Then we have Lightning Storm. People want Lightning Storm banned because it can either blow out your entire front row or your entire back row. However, it can only be used like turn 1, really, unless you destroy a bunch of your own cards. So, I don't know. Lightning Storm is a very powerful card. Got reprinted. A lot more people have it. So, you never know. Then we have Invocation. Invocation to invoke package. Mechaba, Alistair. They've been around for a very, 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 very long time and has seen play here and there. And it's been in like a bunch of different decks and people hate the card so much. Now, get rid of Invocation, the deck dies horribly. It's not really a deck, more like an engine, kind of like how Sky Strikers were. So, Invocation is very pivotal in the deck. They need the card to go, and without Mechaba, a lot of decks kind of die, so I see why. Then we have Shaddoll Schism. The fact that you could bring out Winda in one card is ridiculous on your opponent's turn. Like, they could use, like, Drytron Nova, and then they do Schism, and then they summon Winda, and then you're just out of luck, because that was your only special summon for the turn. So, it sucks. Now, Schism just got reprinted, so I could see it getting hit. Then we have Sky Striker Ace Kagari. Everyone wants Kagari hit because of, I don't know, the deck's not doing anything. But because engages at 1, they're like, oh, send Kagari out the door, because they could just keep getting engaged back every single turn. Yes, they can do that, but the deck hasn't really seen a lot of play, so Then we have Herald of Ultimateness. Herald of Ultimateness is a very, very, very amazing oppressive card, because you could stop spells, traps, monster effects, and monster summons. Now, this card is absolutely amazing in Drytrons, but I see why people want to get rid of it, because Drytron is an amazing deck. The fact that you could bring out Dragoon, Utopic, Dragon, and Ultimateness in one turn is a lot to take in, so I can see why people want it banned. And then we also have Ben 10. Ben 10 to go along with Drytron hits. Now, Drytron was doing amazing with 3 Ben 10. They were doing amazing with 1 Ben 10 because of the Viner. So with 0 Ben 10, I see the deck losing a lot of consistency, yes. However, that just means they won't play the fairy package, and I think Drytron Necros will come out of the woodworks and be like, what up, guys? And that's not something I'm against. I'll probably do a Drytron Necros deck profile soon, so stay tuned. Then we have the next banned card is going to be Zeus. Everyone wants Zeus to be banned because it just blows up the field. Exciton Knight blows up the field and got banned. So they're like, well, Zeus, more generic. You can put on anything, and you can chain it to itself. So everyone wants Zeus to be banned. Then we also have Access Code Talker, because it wasn't in the 2021 Megatins. Everyone's like, get rid of it. I don't want it anymore. Say bye. Bye. Now, Access Code Talker is a very strong card, and you can't chain to any of its effects unless you negate it before it activates. So everyone wants Access Code Talker gone. Then we have Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, and Verte. People want one of these cards, if not both of these cards, banned. Everyone wants Dragoon banned because it's a really good card in Drytrons, and a lot of decks, old decks, can use it, and it's just a win con by itself. Everyone wants Verte to be banned because it brings out Dragoon, but then also later on we have the, what's it called? The Phoenix Destroyer that can be summoned with Verte. So everyone's like, haha, no, get rid of it. Get rid of it. I don't want to deal with both of them. Imagine summoning both. That's a lot of garnish for a lot of decks. So everyone wants one of these 2 cards banned, and I get why. Then we have Triple Tactics Talents, because it's 3 banned cards in 1, but you have to wait for your opponent to activate something. So everyone's like, well, just get rid of it, because no one wants to deal with it. So everyone's like, because it got reprinted, it's in the hands of more people, the price drops. So everyone's like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, maybe not. Then we have to more Drytron hits, Eva. Everyone wants Eva to either 1 or 0 because it adds too much consistency for the Drytron Ultimate Herald deck, because you send it to the graveyard with Beatrice. Maybe people are like, some people are like, ban Beatrice because it enables Eva, but then Eva can still be used. And the fact that it adds 2 fairies to your hand is disgusting. So everyone wants this card banned. Then we have Prank Kids battling Butler. Everyone wants that card banned because Prank Kids is a big deck right now. And everyone's like, if we get rid of this card, the deck has nothing. Like, literally, the deck can do nothing on your turn. So it's basically just a going first kind of deck. And it doesn't really do anything besides nothing. So everyone wants Battling Butler banned to lower Prank Kids. Then we have Imperial Order. The fact that all Tri Brigade players are main decking it really hurts a lot of other decks, But I mean, everyone could play it if they really wanted to, because it's just a win more card. You have a full field, your opponent can't do anything, flip Imperial Order when they try to Dark Rule you, and it's just a game of scoop it up at that point. So everyone's like, Imperial Order is too good, even though you have to pay every turn, it's bad. Then we have Misk. Have you read Misk? Everyone wants Misk banned because it's too good of a card. Dinosaurs haven't been seeing play since it got hit, even though some people are still playing it. But the fact that Amador Archosaur got reprinted and it's going to be more readily available means a lot more people will be playing it. So people really want it to be banned. Because it's too good of a card. You can't hand trap your opponent at all. You can't do anything. You kind of just have to sit there and take it. And no one wants to take it without lube. So everyone's like, get rid of it. So, miscellaneous, bye-bye. So, those are all the banned cards. Now we're going to get into the limited cards. Now, some of these will kind of be the same, maybe, as some of the banned cards, but we'll see. Then, the first card we have is Fire Formation Tenki. Now, people want to limit Tri-Brigade. Tenki's at 3. OCG, I think, has it at 2 or 1. So, everyone wants to bring Tenki back down to 1 because it just keeps going. They keep making broken Beast Warrior support, and this card just keeps going in and out of formats. So, it's going to go to 1, 3, 2, ban, you know, whatever. Just put it at 1 or ban it, get rid of it. Then we have Tri-Brigade Revolt. Now, everyone hates that you can get a bunch of advantage on your opponent's turn with Revolt. The fact that you activate it, summon 4, summon a new monster, and then send a bunch of cards to the graveyard, add a bunch of cards to the hand, and it's a very, very advantageous effect. And it's a good card. So I see why people want it limited. Then we have Orcus, Harp Horror, Electromite, and Colossus, because everyone wants the Eternal format back. They want Orcus, they want Pendulums, and they want Thunder Dragons to be back at the top. But then we're going to go into one of those formats where everyone's playing old decks instead of new decks. But, I mean, sometimes the old cards can come off the list because the format has changed. It becomes too fast, too slow for these decks to compete. But you never know. And, I mean, with that Meek Knight card, Girisu, being reprinted in the Megatins, it could be very cheap, so cards can come back, and you never know what can happen. Eternal format. Everyone wants Masterpiece back at 1 because they're bringing back True Draco cards, but no one likes True Draco at all unless you're a True Draco player, which is like the 3 of you guys out there. So Masterpiece ain't coming back. Then we have Jet Synchron. Now Jet Synchron is going to come back if Hulk goes away, but also Jet Synchron is an amazing card, not just in a Synchron deck, but out in any deck that wants to link summon. It's practically a link 2 for free, so people want it out, but I want it back to 1. Magical Meltdown goes with Invocation. If you don't hit Invocation, hit Magical Meltdown to lower the consistency of the deck. Now, there is a reason why people want this, and I see why, and I want the card out as well. Then we have Glow Up Bulb. Glow Up Bulb and Jet Synchron are going to be at 1 if Hulk goes away. And I mean, I want Glow Up Bulb back. It's an amazing card in a Synchron deck, in any deck that revolves around Synchro Summoning, but people will use it as a link extender, and I guess that is not okay. But then we also have Invocation. Invocation Magical Meltdown. If you're not hitting one, hit the other. Lower the consistency of the deck, because with Alistair, you basically have unlimited Invocation unless they banish or stop it, because if you have Alistair banish, Invocation in the graveyard, put Alistair back in the graveyard, shuffle. No, put Alistair back in your hand, Invocation back in your deck, shuffle, and you have another Invocation. So putting it down to 1 won't be the worst thing. Then we have Dragon Ruler's Title and Blaster. Everyone wants these cards back because everyone loves 2012 format, I guess. But also Dragon Ruler's Blaster. There aren't any major fire decks right now, so not that many people would play it. But also Tempest is out, and Dragon Link is a thing. So I don't think they'll bring it back because of that. And Title. If Title comes back, I'm playing Mermails. I don't care what anyone says. Mermails is an amazing deck. I have the entire deck still. So if Title comes back, Mermails come back, and everyone wants that to happen. None of the Mermail cards got hit on the ban list. Ever. Like, they took out Title, and then the deck just got too slow, and then everyone's like, okay. Because Megalo didn't get hit, Teus didn't get hit. Dragoon? I think Dragoon was at 1. Actually, yeah, Dragoon was at 1 for a while. So maybe that's also why Deep Sea Diva was at 1. But, I mean, both of them at 3. I think we just need Title, and then Mermos could come back. Then we have Vanity's Emptiness. Vanity's Emptiness because everyone loves Dragon Rulers. I don't know. But the fact that you could summon an entire board, your opponent goes, you flip Vanity's Emptiness, they can't special summon unless you get rid of something on their field, and you can only get rid of something on their field if you have a Spell and Trap Negate or a Spell and Trap Destruction, Raigeki, Lightning Storm, Forbidden Droplet, something to negate their board of monsters, and then you can attack, get rid of Vanity's Emptiness and stuff like that. But if they have Vanity's Emptiness and Macrocosmos on the field, then you're just out of luck because nothing goes to the graveyard. So I think Vanity's Emptiness will never come back. Then we also have Nadir Servant. Now Nadir Servant, everyone wants Nadir Servant to get hit. Nadir Servant, because it's a really, really good searcher. The fact you could send something from your extract to the graveyard really works well in Shadal's. You send out Cologne to send Shadal Schism, to summon Construct, to send Construct, to add Schism back to your hand, and all that good stuff. So Nadir's Servant is a very oppressive card if you're using it right. Dogmatica just got reprinted, so everyone will have their hand in Nadir's Servant. And then there's Nadir's Dogmatica Despia Shadal, or Dogmatica Invoke Shadal. Now, that deck is really strong, so get rid of Nadir's Servant, lowers the consistency, but please don't. I'm looking for mine. All right, to 3, guys, to 3. Now, this is a list that everyone wants to see at 3, but will not happen at all. The first card is Infernity Archfiend. Now, Infernity Archfiend is an amazing, amazing card, but it should not come back because of the degenerate plays that it allows. But, I mean, an Infernity deck is really good, so you never know what can happen. Infernities are really good, but Archfiend just allows too much generic stuff to happen, so it can happen. Then we have Malicious to 3 because it's at 2. Now, everyone wants Malicious at 3 because it just enables a lot of combos. I mean, the hero deck is coming back. Probably a Hero Lives will come back to 3. You never know what they're going to do with the hero deck. I mean, hopefully Brothers of Legend or Gold Series reprints a bunch of the hero cards, but you never know. Then we have Norden to 3 because no one wants it at 1. Everyone wants it at 3 to be able to special summon a monster from the graveyard. Now Norden goes in front of the Archfiend. It's too generic. It's too good of a card with no drawbacks. So Norden ain't coming back. Double Iris Magician and Scroll Combat Joker just because of Electromite. Now, everyone wants these cards to come back because they want to play Pendulums. Now, no one actually likes Pendulums anymore except for those 2 Pendulum players. The list is going down and down. And everyone wants more consistency for Pendulum decks because Pendulums haven't been a thing for like 3, 5, something. A good amount of years now since Master Rule 5 hit. Pendulums have just been... Then we have Card of Demise. Card of Demise, everyone wants back because they want generic draw cards. And I mean, it's a really good card, but then the format needs to slow down a little bit more to be in like a trap heavy format. So that won't really happen. Then we have Max C to 3. Now Max C to 3 or 0. That's it. Max C because of that card, that quick play spell card that just came out that everyone has been dying over. What is the name of that card? You guys know it. Put it down below if you guys remember that card. Now, Maxi is degenerate as hell. It limits deck building because if your opponent has it, you're out of luck. If your opponent doesn't have it, then you win. And it's like a win. It's a 50-50 card. If you have it, you win. If you don't, you lose. If your opponent has it, they win. And it's like a back and forth kind of thing. And it really boggles the mind. Even though Crossout Designator, haha, I remember. Called by the Grave and Ash Blossom all stop it as long yeah, they stop it. But Crossout Designator also stop Crossout Designator. So a lot of cards will stop Maxi, but it doesn't mean that it can come back because it's too like silly. Then we have Dragonic Diagram, because everyone wants Masterpiece, everyone wants True Dracos to come back. So Diagram to 3 is just what's on everyone's mind, but that's not going to happen because no one wants to play against True Dracos. Then we have Zen Mighty. Wind Up Zen Mighty. Everyone wants Zen Mighty to come back to 3 because everyone wants to play Wind Ups, but then everyone plays generic stuff to go with it. And I feel like if they play Wind Ups, Zen Mighty, then Aurora Dawn will be everywhere. Maybe Aurora Dawn will be banned. You never know. Despot 001, you never know. Banned. I like it. Zen Mighty cannot come back to 3 because Wind Ups will just, I guess, not be too powerful, but there'll be too many stupid plays to go along with it. Then we have Speedroid Terratops back at 3 because Speedroids are getting more support. The Duelist pack is coming out. Everyone wants to play all these cards. So everyone wants Speedroid Terratop to 3 so they can play more. I'm not so sure about that. I think too many other generic cards will be hit because of that. So, I don't know. Then we have Gateway of the Six. Gateway of the Six is for 6 Samurais, and I'm telling you that's not happening. Gateway is not coming back to 3. It's going to stay at 1 because watching 6 Samurais play for like 20 minutes just to do nothing sucks. So, I definitely would not put a Gateway of the 6 to 3. And then the last card we have on the list is Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. Now, Engage went to 1. Sky Striker saw some tops, but has not been impressive in the format. But I think if Engage comes back to 3, then Colossus, Electromite, and Heartport go back to 1. And that's just a format no one wants to be in. And I really wonder if those decks can compete with the current decks, or if current decks can compete with those decks. But if it does, it'll be a very weird kind of mosh pit format where everyone is trying to beat everything. And you know, I don't mind that kind of format. But guys, that is the perfect ban list as told by all of you. Now, if you want to add anything else to the discussion, leave them in the comment section below. I would love to hear back from you guys. Don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm going to be doing a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh related stuff in the coming days. Hopefully, we get the Mega Tin soon. I can't wait for that. We get some openings. There are pack battles against Bystander X79. If anyone else wants to have a pack battle against me with the 2021 Mega Tins, please tell me down below. Hit me up on Twitter, on Instagram, on Discord. All of that good stuff, guys. But yes, tell me how you feel about all the lists. What cards would you take off? What cards would you put on? What card would you limit, semi-limit, put to 3? Tell me all that down below, guys. Thank you for watching. Hit the notification bell so you're always notified when I upload a video. Also, check out these videos up above where I'm talking about other reveals. And also check out my From Scratch series with the Code Talker archetype. That should be getting an update soon as Access Code Talker comes out. Which I'm really sad is not in the Mega Tin, but we're just going to see what happens. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you later. Peace!